I got to ask you next.
Hmm.
Is Timmy Tebow's presence going to be worth it for the Jaguars?
Oh, see.
Is it going to be too much of a
So
distraction?
I saw that story as well. I think the thing about Tim Tebow is he's definitely a distraction. That seems to be well documented. Like wherever he's at, the media flocks to him. I think it's interesting. I think that was a Fox Sports article, right?
Yeah, sure
So
was.
it's interesting because they've written a ton about him lately. Like if you like they are covering him a lot. More than ESPN it feels like to me. And it's interesting to
Yeah,
see them already piling in as a network like on the Tebow story. And I
yeah,
think what you talked about earlier with the Lions is interesting. I think Urban Meyer kind of understands that game a little bit of like I would
yeah.
like people to be talking about us. That's why like I don't see Tebow getting cut. I see him
For
being
sure.
there. The Jaguars are not going to be a good team this year. So, any publicity is good publicity, but you'd
For sure.
probably rather have people talking about Tebow. Trevor Lawrence threw a touchdown to Tebow. Freak out for a week.
Yeah,
Then
yeah.
hey, this team kind of stinks. Urban Meyer's offense isn't as effective in the NFL. Like you don't so I think he kind of understands what he's doing there.
Yeah,
Tebow in the locker room, I think is good. I think he's a distraction, but I think he can manage it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like I think that while he is a bit of a
yeah,
distraction,
and
in the locker room he's a good guy to have.
for sure, absolutely. He's just a natural leader. You've seen that, throughout. So, and he's the type of guy who he'll own his position, and he's going to put everything into it. But like, yeah, you definitely hit it on the head. Like, I think Urban Myers, he's like definitely playing to the media. Like, let's get Jacksonville Jaguars football like known, prominent. Like, let's show them what we're about. And I think bringing in a guy like Tebow, who is going to bring that media attention, but not the media attention of old, like when he was in Denver and it was just nuts, like that stuff, or when he went to go play baseball, like, because that was wild too. Like, this will bring some media attention, but in a way of like, can this guy who was in the league, who was off for several years, come back and make it in the league? I think that's going to be the more of the storyline. Um, but we'll see. But yeah, I think Urban Myers, he's doing some big things trying to get the Jacksonville Jaguars like talked about, because I think that's only got to do good stuff for your player psyche when they see that they're on Sports Center, or this and that, or your team is being talked about. Even if your team's not the best, going into a season where you're being talked about left and
Oh
right
yeah.
might be enough to get you over a little hump to maybe you make a wild card spot when you weren't expected to make the playoffs.
Oh yeah, no doubt. No doubt. It can swing the momentum for sure. Absolutely, right?
Absolutely.